Can you read the first sentence that I have up here? I'm going to send these ones down.
Watch the movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend.
Okay. So we have our phrase to keep your mind off of something. Have you ever seen that before?
Keep his mind off. No, but I know now what it's meaning.
So what does that mean? If that what does that sentence mean? Can you explain it? He watched a movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend.
Uh, he want to be in another mood
Mm-hmm.
to not remember the argument.
Yeah, to not worry about it, not think about it. A distraction.
Yes.
Okay, so that's pretty clear. Is that pretty clear for you, Pachu? Do you understand the idea? Have you seen that phrase before?
No, sir.
No, you've never seen it before,
Yes.
but do you understand the idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Pachu, I'm going to say the first three words of that phrase, that sentence, okay? And I just want you to
Yes.
think about the vowel sounds, okay? He watched a, he watched a, he watched a. Do you
Yeah.
hear?
He was.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He was. He
You,
was.
can you say what? What?
What?
Can you
What?
can you say what and then whistle? Watch.
Watched.
That's good. That's
Watched.
perfect. That was perfect. Try that again.
Watched.
Say what,
Watched.
say what and then whistle. Watch.
What?
Okay,
What?
now we have to add the past. Watched. That's a really hard word to say.
Watched.
Watch.
Watched.
That's good. That's better than before. Okay. So we have three vowel sounds. We have I, right? So are those long? Are those big sounds or short sounds?
E.
Okay, is it
Yes.
is it or is it
E.
Can you make the bigger?
E.
Try again. There was an interference.
E.
Okay,
E.
is it or is it Which one is better in a neutral sentence? How am I saying it? He watched a. What is the combination? Pachu, are you there? Did you disappear? Okay, I think. Hello, Pachu.
Hello, sir.
Okay, can you try again? So, which one am I doing? Am I doing or am I doing
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Problem.
Okay, okay. I'm moving to Mohammed. Okay, and then let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, sir.
Mohammed, can you try to say can you try to describe the vowel sounds in those three words? Are they long, short? What are they?
Uh, the middle one is long. The
Za or
other are short.
za or the? Which one?
The
The. Okay. Tell me again.
in watch
Okay, so watched is
first first syllable and watch it.
mhm. So it's small, big, small. He watched. Can you say it like that?
He watched the
Okay. Uh, when you have a word that starts with a vowel sound like it is going to take the sound of the word in front of it. Okay, it's going to. So when you say this, you say da or ta. He watched ta, not he watched which is hard to say. You say he watched da. That's very easy to say. Can you try to say it like that? Can you try to put those two sounds together?
He watched the.
That's yes, that's more natural. That's how most people would do it, or all people would do it, really. Okay. He watched
He watched the
okay. What about the next? Can you say the next word? What is the next word?
movie.
Movie. Movie. Can you describe the vowel sounds in that word?
O sound and E sound.
Are they long sounds or short sounds?
Both are long.
Okay, so is it movie or is it movie?
Movie.
Okay, so that's ooh e. Ooh e. Are they both long?
Yes. Yes. Movie.
So it's which one is it? Is it ooh e or is it ooh e?
O E.
Okay, so are they both long or are they long in duration or not? Both of them?
It's I think both are long for me.
Oh, okay. Well, listen again.
Because I see it as a movie.
Okay. How do I say it? Movie. Movie. Do I say it and they're both long? Movie. Move.
No, you say first syllable
Hmm.
long and the second is short.
Uh-huh. That's right. I think that would be a better way for you to say it than pronouncing both very long. That's the whole point of this exercise is to recognize that some vowels have a long duration and some duration. Some vowels have a long duration and some vowels have a short duration. And that really helps with your pronunciation if you can understand that. And
Okay.
also to notice the pattern of small big small big small big. He watched a movie. It's a rhythm, a very typical rhythm in English. Can you try to say all of those words together, focusing, making sure that you do
You
short?
want
Go ahead.
you watched a movie.
He watched a movie.
You watched.
Uh-oh. Hello.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Yes, I guess we have a bad connection today. Try again. He watched a movie.
You watched a movie.
Okay. Pachu, are you back? No, he's still going. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Oh, are you back? Are you okay now?
No, sir. I have problem in computer, so
Oh,
I could not do it, sir.
even so, are you still work?
Because
Are you still fixing your problem, or are you okay now, or are you still working on your problem? Okay, I think that means he's still working. Okay, it's just you and me, Mohammed. Okay, so what is that next word after movie, Mohammed?
Two.
Okay, is that a big sound or a little sound? Two.
Big sound.
Okay, it is big. You're right. It is big. If you just say the word two, it is big. But it's a really, really common word in English sentences. And in the middle of a sentence, it just becomes duh. It becomes very small. It becomes duh. Okay, so
Uh,
so if you say movie two together, it would sound like this: movie da, movie da, movie da.
movie
Hmm. Not duh, duh,
the
duh.
movie the.
Yeah, it's a short sound. It's not a long sound. He watched a movie. Da.
Okay. You watched the movie the.
How will you say the next two words?
keep his mind,
Okay. Then just the next two words. Keep his. Keep his. Can you say those two words?
keep his,
Okay. Oh, that's good the way that you said it. I like the way that you said it. Can you say it like that again?
keep his
Are those big sound are those vowel sounds long or short vowel sounds?
long,
Oh,
first and keep long,
oh how about
and
his?
his short,
That's right, and it's like one word. Keepers, keepers, keepers,
keep his,
keepers, to keepers, to keepers.
to keep his,
Yeah, that's me saying to, but I say duh. To keepers, to keepers.
to keep his.
So we keep building that pattern of big, small, big, small. He watched a movie to keep his.
He watch, um, he watch the movie to keep his.
Uh-huh. This, I'm just going to highlight two things here for a moment. It's kind of funny. So this and this sound the same. He watched a movie to. He watched a movie to.
He watched the movie the.
Can you see what I've done on the screen?
Yes,
Yeah, you see that now? He watched a movie to.
he watched the movie the.
That they sound the same. There's the same sound. Okay, I'm going to put that back. So when you're talking, this is why sometimes it's difficult to understand when you're watching a movie or talking to people because we do these weird things with the words when we're talking that you don't learn when.
How a British person will pronounce this sentence?
The only difference would be because in if you're talking about standard British English, the only difference would
Yes.
that people who speak standard British English really like to pronounce very strongly the sound T. So if a person speaking standard British English would say, he watched ta movie ta. So in North America, my accent, it would be duh. He watched a movie duh. But in standard British English, it would be, he watched ta movie ta.
But I think they say watch it.
No, 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 no.
Watch it.
No, do you remember we talked about some consonants you push out, you spit out, and some consonants you push down into your throat? Remember that? We That's like
Yes.
the p you push that out, but a b is the same sound or the same movement of the mouth, but you push the air down. Buh, you don't let the air out. Uh,
Yes.
or also, we talked about T and D. You push out, and D, you eat. So some letters in English you push out of your mouth, and some letters in English you eat. And ch. Wait, let me just helped. Okay, when you have the push out sound, the final sound, the final ed sound is t. Okay, so how do you say the past of help?
Uh, Albert,
No, it's helped.
halt.
It's not. There's no extra syllable there. So when you say help, the final ed sound is just a t. Help. T.
Halt.
Mhm. And you can tell because help. If you're saying help correctly, you can feel an explosion of air if you put your hand in front of your mouth. Help.
Halt.
Mhm. Any word that ends with air coming out of your mouth, if you put ed after it, it sounds like a t. There's no syllable there. It's help and then t.
Yes.
Okay, so if you say watch, watch, if you're saying it correctly, you should feel a lot of air pushing out of your mouth. Watch,
what,
watch.
watch,
Yes, just like that. Can you feel the air? Watch.
watch,
Mhm. That means if you put ed after it, there's never an extra syllable there. It doesn't matter which country. It's just a t sound after. So this is watch, t,
watch,
watch. T.
watch.
Mhm. So it's never watched. That doesn't work.
Yes,
But in North America, we would say watch da, and in the UK they would say watch ta. They would make a big ta sound instead of a da. So there is a difference,
yes.
but it's not adding a syllable. Okay, so let's try to say that whole phrase. He watched a movie to keep his.
You watch the movie to keep this.
Okay, and then what are the next three words?
Mind of the,
Okay, what do you when you say that mind off the mind off the mind off the what do you think about the vowel sounds? Are they big sounds or little sounds?
mind of the small sounds.
All of them?
To keep his mind of the mind is long.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's So here this is our big small, big small, big small rhythm. He watched a movie to keep his mind off the. This is like one word.
You wa-
Go ahead.
you watch a mo you watch the movie to keep wordplay. He watched the movie to keep his mind off the.
Can you try the more typical duh? He watched a movie to keep his mind off the. To keep. Watched a, to keep. Watched a movie to keep.
He watched the movie to keep his mind off
Yeah, mind off the. Mind off the.
mind of the.
Now, if we say the and argument, how would those two words sound together?
I can't see. Can we make
Oh,
it
sorry.
up?
My head is in the way. Wait. How about now? That should be better. If you say the
Yes,
word,
now it's
okay, if you say the word the and argument, how should that sound when you combined those two words together?
the argument.
That's right. That's right. But don't forget that if you put two words together and one word finishes with a vowel sound and another word starts with a vowel sound, then you have to repeat the the first sound just to separate the two words so we can hear the two words clearly. So it's not the argument, it's the argument. The argument. You have to repeat the E of the to make it to separate the two words so we can hear both of them clearly. The argument.
The
Go ahead.
the argument.
Yeah. Do you hear that?
The argument.
Okay. And so when you say argument, where's the accent?
Argument. First syllable.
Okay. So I think we'll just make this one very enormous vowel sound here and say the argument.
The the argument.
Hmm. He
The argument.
Yeah, and we want to be very aware of that big small, big small, big small pattern. That's the rhythm of a typical English sentence. He watched a movie to keep his mind off the argument.
He watched the movie to keep his mind off the argument.
Can you try the more typical watch the movie the?
He watched the movie to keep his mind off, right?
Yeah, that's good. That was really good.
He watched the movie to keep his mind off the argument.
How do you think you would pronounce the next two words?
With a friend,
With it's like one little word.
with this,
With is,
with this,
with is.
with this, with this.
The argument with is.
The the argument with this.
The argument with is.
The argument with this
Okay. And what about that final word? Is that a big word or a small word?
friend. Uh, friend, I think is small word.
Friend. Okay, is it friend? Is it friend or friend? Which one do you think sounds better? Friend, or eh? Friend, friend.
With his friend, the long one.
Yeah, it's long. It's a long sound. It's not really a short sound. That's good
Yes.
because then we get to keep our very important rhythm here. All right. So let's try. Let's say that I'm going to say it one time, and then I want you to say it, but I want you to pay attention to trying to make the rhythm of big, small, big, small, big, small. It's kind of like, and and each one will have equal spacing. So let's see. He watched a movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend.
He watched the movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend.
Okay,
I will try another time.
go ahead. Go ahead.
He watched the movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend.
Okay, he watched a movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend. Say he watched a movie.
He watched the movie.
He watched a movie to keep his mind off the.
He watched the movie to keep his mind off the.
He watched a movie to keep his mind off the argument.
He watched the movie to keep his mind off the argument.
He watched a movie.
The argument.
The argument. I even heard you use a high tone. The argument. You used a high intonation there. He watched a movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend.
He watched the movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend.
Okay. All right. Now, if we were to divide this sentence into separate phrases, how many phrases do you think we could separate this into?
He watched the movie to
Okay.
keep his mind off
Okay.
the argument with his friend. Three,
Okay, so we have he watched a movie and then what was the next phrase?
to keep his mind off.
Okay, I think that argument is probably attached to that idea. So maybe we should separate it here. I think that because when you say to keep his mind off, you need to mention an object. Like what is the thing? Why does he need a distraction?
Yes,
The reason is because he had an argument. So I think that that idea of argument is attached to mind off. Does that make sense?
yes.
Okay. So he watched a movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend. And so if
You are.
go ahead, say it.
Yes, I'm listening.
Go ahead and say it again.
You watch a movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend.
Watch the, watch the movie, watch the.
You watch you watch the movie to
To,
keep his mind off
To keep, to keep, to keep, to keep his mind
that
off the argument.
you
Go ahead.
you watch the he watch the movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend.
Okay, is it whizzes or whithes?
With this
Whithes. Just pretend it's a D.
with with this
Yeah, like that. You don't have to get too complicated with it. You can just pretend it's a D. Whithes. That's close enough. But it's better than whisses. It's better than whisses. Okay. So this first phrase, he watched a movie, is how do you want this to sound? Do you want this to sound serious or do you want it to sound friendly?
friendly.
Friendly? Okay. Which word do we have to make sound friendly?
Watch it. Watched.
What do you think is the most important word in that phrase? Usually it's one of the
The noun.
okay.
Noun,
Okay,
yes.
that yeah, I agree with you. What is the noun in this phrase?
Movie.
Movie. Okay. So how do happy what kind of tone does a happy word have? High or low?
Uh, Hi.
Okay. But because it's the end of a phrase, we also have to make it to show that we're finished with the phrase, we have to make the tone go down. So the way that you say it is you start high and you finish low. Movie, movie.
Movie.
Try to go moo higher. Movie,
Movie.
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 Okay. How does a phrase normally start? If you just have like a typical normal phrase in English, does it start high or low?
Hi.
It does because uh, the typical pattern for or the typical intonation for a phrase in English is to start high and then move down. Okay, so he watched a
Yes.
movie. He watched a movie.
He watched the movie.
Okay, he watched a
He
movie.
watched
Go
he
ahead.
watched the movie.
He watched a movie.
He watched the movie.
Okay. All right. Now, if we move on to the next phrase, to keep his mind off the argument, maybe I better get rid of this E. That's getting confusing. That looks kind of confusing. Okay. Whoops. Okay. What do you think is the most important word in that phrase?
This phrase will be serious.
Okay, it's serious, but what is the most important word?
The argument.
Okay, the argument or the argument?
The argument.
The argument. Okay. So we don't really care about the word the. All right, we just care about the word argument. You want this to be serious?
Yes.
Okay. So let
Because it's the argument.
okay. Okay.
And the previous one was a movie.
Okay. Oh, wait. So it should be blue. So we'll make the whole word low. We won't do the falling like movie, which sounds kind of nice. We'll say argument, right? And
Yes.
but how should we start the phrase? Should we start the phrase also low?
Hi. To
Hi.
keep.
Okay, to keep. And then what we want to do is just slowly move down to argument. So to keep his mind off the argument. Argument.
To keep his mind off to keep his mind off the argument.
Hmm. You know, I found that website I told you about that that shows you the tones of your voice, but now they charge money. They didn't before when I was using it. It used to be free, but now they charge money. So I said, "Oh, forget it. I guess we can't use that." Okay. So, but that was helpful because you could talk into the microphone and it would tell you how high you're going or how low you're going, and then you can visually see if you're doing it. That's helpful because
Maybe
go ahead.
maybe it has a free trial.
What I just this morning I was looking for it and I said, "Oh, I found it. Great." And I started using it and it let me use it for like 10 seconds and then it said, "Okay, now you have to join and pay us money." So it has a free trial of like 10 seconds. No, because I said okay, I'll because it said, "All right, you've tried it. Now you have to sign in." So I said, "Okay, I'll sign in." And I used my Google account and I answered all these stupid questions. And then it said, "Okay, which plan do you want? Do you want $10 a month for this or $20 a month for that?" I said, "I don't want any of it." So they don't let you play with it for a week or something like that. That's too bad because
Yes.
it's free. Okay, and you could just use it. I have it in some of my videos. I was playing around with it in some of my English videos. Okay, so we just have to develop our ear so we notice to to keep his mind off the argument. We start high to keep, and then keep argument to keep his mind off the argument.
To keep his mind off the argument.
Okay, to keep. So he watched a movie to keep his mind off the argument.
He he watched the movie. He watched the movie to keep his mind off the argument.
Okay. And finally, in the last phrase, what is the most important word?
Friend.
Friend. Okay. And do you want to finish in a serious way, or do you want to sound friendly in your phrase?
Serious.
Okay. So again, serious. That means we'll keep this all low. But how should we start the phrase?
With this. With this.
Or should it be high or low at the beginning?
Hi.
High. Okay. So with his friend. With his friend.
With this friend.
With his friend.
With this friend.
He watched a movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend.
He watched the movie to keep his mind off the argument with his friend.
Mohammed, do you think that you could make a what he do to keep his mind off argument question? That would be a pretty complicated question. Do you think you could do that? What he do to
Yes.
keep his mind off the argument? How will you do that?
Well, what did he do
Hmm.
to keep his mind off the argument with his friend?
Oh, that was perfect. Okay. Now, in that question, what did he do? Let's just take that phrase. What did he do? What do you think is the most important word in that phrase?
Well,
No.
did what did he do?
Now, so if it's an important word, how should it sound?
What?
What?
Wrong.
What? Make the vowel sound bigger. What?
What?
And then the rest of that becomes very small. This is how it sounds in a normal conversation. What did he do? What did he do?
What did what did he do?
Yeah, it sounds like one little word. What did he do?
What did he do?
What did he do to keep his mind off the argument?
What did he do to keep his mind off the argument?
Okay, and what is the answer?
He watched the movie to keep his mind off the argument
Okay,
with his friend.
Perfect. Okay. Let's take a look at the next vocabulary word from this chapter. It's a phrasal verb. It can also be an adjective, a phrasal adjective, or maybe an adjectival phrase. I don't know. But can you read it? What is the next word on that list? Do you see it? Yeah, you can see it.
Write it down.